Hulu Toy Reviews here, and this is a review of Power Rangers Dino Charge Wave 2 Zords. So this wave of Zords comes with the Pachy Zord and the Ammonite Zord. The Pachy Zord is piloted by the Graphite Ranger, while the Ammonite Zord is an exclusive to the toys. Because in Kyryuger, batteries 11 through 23 had Zord forms, but they never showed them in the show. However, the Ammonite Zord is based off the Dino Hypnotized Charger. So, let's get on with this review.
So before we get on with the Zords themselves, let's take a look at the chargers they come with. So over here we have the Pachy Charger. You can see some dark gray coloring over here and the number 8. You can see a Pachycephalosaurus head. You can see a gray outline over here for the charger. And over here you have the animation. Over here you have the pins. On the back you have some gray coloring and the word Pachycephalosaurus here, and what appears to be Microsoft font 4. And you have the QR code, so scan that if you want. Alright. And next we have the Dino Hypnotized Charger that comes with the Ammonite Zord. You see the number 20 over here. This sort of green color, which basically has a tint of blue in it. It's sort of like an aqua coloring, except it's not that aqua. I don't know how to describe it, but basically what I'm trying to say is that it's sort of a faded green. If you know the exact name of this color, please leave it in the comments below. So, you have the number 20 over here. You have the Ammonite head over here. You have a gray outline, and you have the animation. Over here you have the pins. On the back you have the green color again with the word Ammonite and what I assume is Microsoft font 24. And you have the QR code in case you want to scan that. Alright. And that's basically it for the chargers. So now let's get on to the Zords themselves.
Unleash the power! Pachycephalosaurus, Power Ranger Graphite!
So there's the Pachy Charger. And now let's get on with the Ammonite Charger.
Dino Hypnotized Charger, engage! Energize! Unleash the power! Ammonite!
Let's do it!
Pachy Charger, engage! Monster extinct! Dino Hypnotized Charger, engage! It's about to get wild!
So over here is the Pachy Zord, and it's mainly piloted by the Graphite Ranger, and it's based off a Pachycephalosaurus. The main color scheme here is dark gray, light gray, and yellow. And for the articulation over here, you have the bottom legs over here, which can move around almost 360, and you can lift the bottom part of the leg as well. Like that. And this is mainly used for the arm mode of Zord. And for the front arms, you can fold in the bottom part, but you're gonna have to flip this leg back. And you can lift up the arms. And I would say, this actually provides a decent amount of articulation. Because of the fact that you could display probably like this, how they have in the Kyryuger opening where Pachy is running. Or you could just have him standing. just like if he was in a Jurassic Park movie. And for the main function of the Pachy Zord, you open his mouth, grab the charger, and stick it in. I'm gonna have to move the Pachy Zord a minute so that you can see it. And boom, the flail comes down. And the flail actually has some sort of articulation, because you can flip the ball over here, like for example, soup's on, or you could put it like this, like a wrecking ball. Hey, it actually looks like one of those kitchen soups, ha! And the other thing you can do, you can actually extend the flail to reach over here. And it has a pretty decent amount of length. And you can flip it up, forwards, and backwards, but careful not to flip it forwards too much, because if not, you're gonna have to attach this back, and then you're gonna have to go through the whole process again, and it's a pain if you have to do it constantly. And you can also flip the flail 360. So like that. And that's basically it for the Pachy Zord. So now, let's get on to the Ammonite Zord. So over here is the Ammonite Zord, and it's the first, but definitely not the last, of the American exclusive Zords that we're getting for Dino Charge. As I explained in the intro, basically in Kyoryuger, the extra batteries, 11 to 23, were actually Zords at one point. However, they never actually showed them in Zord form in the show. But Ben and I decided, you know what, let's make toys out of them and sell them. So we have the Ammonite Zord over here, and its main color scheme is green, gray, and yellow. And you can see over here that it has a very simplistic design. The only points of articulation are the mouth over here, which is for all the Dino Charge Zords. You have this part over here, the shell, which acts as a sort of turret for a Gatling gun. And you can flip it, pretending that you're shooting up Vivics. You have a flap over here that can flip down, and this is going to come into play later, as well as this part over here. On the flip side, you basically have nothing new except a Zord Builder port over here on the shell, so you can attach the shell to the top of the Dino Charge Megazord and stuff. And now for the function. Basically, you grab the Ammonite charger over here, or the Dino Hypnotized charger, sorry about that. And so, you put it in, and what you're going to do is that I'm going to have to put the Ammonite Zord over here to show you the function. And this is a really cool function. So push in the charger, and the shell flies off. And that's actually a very cool function right there. Because if you happen to buy another Ammonite Zord, as I actually do have the blue version of the Ammonite Zord as well, you could be able to do like little races between your friends, your family members, etc. So that's basically it for the Ammonite Zord. So now, let's combine the Ammonite and Pachy Zords with the Dino Charge Megazord. So to combine the Pachy and Ammonite Zords with the Dino Charge Megazord, you're going to grab the Pachy Zord, you're going to flip its leg back, and flip its arm forward. Just like with the Paron Raptor Zords. And the same thing on the other side. And let me just flip this up so it doesn't get in the way. And for the Ammonite Zord, you're going to grab its shell, take it off, and remember that Zord Builder port I told you about on the shell? Well, basically, you're going to lower this secret Zord Builder port and attach it. And there you have the Dino Charge Megazord. Haka-Amno formation is how I like to call it. It's not the Anglo-Pachy formation, but I'll get to that in my next review. So you can see over here that the Dino Charge Megazord in this mode can use the Pachy Zord with its flail weapon, and it can use the Ammonite Zord's weapon as a sort of machine gun. And basically you could go boom, 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 like that. And you could basically rapid fire enemies. And there is a Zord Builder port down here, in which what you could do is that you could grab the Ammonite Zord and mount it on top the shoulder of the Dino Charge Megazord. And that's basically it for this combination. I really wish this was in the show. Like, I really wish the Ammonite Zord was in the show. It'd be really cool to see a sort of revolver effect with the Megazord. So now, let's get to my final thoughts.
Overall, this is a pretty nice wave of Zords, and I would highly recommend it if you're a Power Rangers fan. The Pachy Zord is pretty well done, and it doesn't really have that much differences compared to Boom Pachy from Kyoryuger. The Ammonite Zord is actually pretty well done, and I like what they did with the shell, that it can roll out. And I like how it fits in with the rest of the Zords, and I'm excited to see what they could do for all the other American exclusive Zords. So I would recommend picking up this wave, and if you can't pick up these particular Pachy and Ammonite Zords, they do still have the recolors for Supercharge. I'm Julio Toy Reviews, and I'm signing off. Thanks for watching, everyone.